Aloha and happy anniversary, New Hope Kapolei. You know, our church started in August 15th of 1999. That's 20 years ago. You know, a lot of things can change in 20 years, even in 5 years. But you know, to go back 20 years, it really is an awesome thing. And we wanted to show you what God's been doing in the last 20 years here at New Hope Kapolei. It gives me chicken skin because I grew so much, and so many of you grew in the life of the church. And we wanted to celebrate all that God continues to do here at New Hope Kapolei. So spend the next few moments with us. Strap on your seatbelt because you're in for a ride down memory lane. Let's take a look.
And we were living at Waikele at the time. I remember going out into our balcony in the mornings and I'd do my devotions and drink my coffee, and I'd always look out towards Makakila, and I could see it off on the right side. And no matter, for whatever reason, I just kept focusing on that area and thinking, you know, God, that this community is just starting. I remember being asked fairly early on by Pastor Wayne, hey, you know, where is it that you'd like to plant your church? And I gave that guy, Alex, kind of like all my contacts and my realtor that I've been working with, because we were trying to buy a house in the area. And we just committed it to the Lord. Funny thing is, though, right before Alex was to sign the paper to buy the house, before he planted the church in Kapolei, literally before he signed the contract, he just had this sense, oh my gosh, I'm not supposed to be here right now.
So from the beginning, when we started our first launch service at Child and Family Service, it was an exciting time. I mean, for everybody to just to get together and just to do it all for Him, and just to for us, a lot of us, it was a new skill set that we were learning, and it was just really exciting to know that we're trying to make a difference in the community. It was just awesome.
And then we got ready for our first service. And the only problem that we were having before we got ready for the first service was we didn't have a location for our Sunday services. So we kept praying and nothing was available in the area. And finally, Makakila Elementary School opened up, welcomed us in.
Oh, it's been 20 years. I don't think I remember too much. Yeah. But it was great, being there, and there were a lot of people that I don't see a lot of people now, but you know, the congregation has changed. But there's familiar places still yet, and it's just like a family to me, coming to church over here, new family.
I had no intentions of going back, but I was really impressed. You know, the friendliness of the church, the message, just everything about it. And so, you know, at that point I decided, okay, Sandy wanted to go back. I said, yeah, let's go back. And we haven't stopped since.
We knew we had also wanted to grow because of the limitation of that facility to change our location. And we wanted to go to Kapolei Middle School. At that time, they had not been in the practice of renting out the school. In order for that time, we went back to the drawing board, and I remember riding my bicycle through Kapolei Middle School, and I would go on prayer rides and claim the campus and pray for the principal and pray for the teachers and claim the land. We came in on that first weekend, and we never left for 8 years.
At the middle school, actually, it was like really an exciting time for us. All I could see was God working, and I just knew that this is our home church.
People really grew in their faith, grew in their discovery of what it meant to be a Christ follower, and to be a part of small groups, and to be a part of things like Life Change, which is what we call like Finding Freedom now, and those kinds of things that really help people to not just grow with each other and being connected, but really grow deep in their walk with God.
It's just amazing how many friends and neighbors that I was honored to pray for and just to be friends with over the years. And I just think that that's a huge difference for me in my life.
Then we moved to our second ministry center location, which happened to be in Waipahu as well. And we did the best that we could at that time. And people had donated like air conditioning for it, and invested. The Sapalas were phenomenally generous, and guys came in and built walls and curtains and put blinds, all these kind of things.
That's something that we always do. We know that it's because of him, and everything we have is his, and it's because of him. So for us,
it's never hard to do.
Yeah.
It's like that's God's word. It says clearly in the Bible, to give and with a good heart.
I think one of the really neat things about being in the ministry center, and that you are within a confines of a smaller area, I think that just generally makes you closer, and people gravitated. The relationships could be built because you're talking to people. You were just having a good time with people, relationships.
Until it came very evident that God was leading us to just get back into the community. And so again, on the search, looking for different places to get planted. And we ended up at Podium Raceway. And it was involved moving the track early in the morning and people coming in. So we had a great team, and Charles Needham was leading the team on the setup, and the Levites guys. And
just serving with all the brothers on the side, breaking down the podium, doing miracles, setting up stages, and putting them back just like it was, it's like it was a natural thing. Anywhere we went, we always had everything set and planned, and we always did them as a team.
Because there was so much that went into setup, that we really got to know each other, and I think a lot of the relationships were grown more there.
Unfortunately, some changes that they had over time began to shrink our place to meet. And so we went from this big space, where we could grow, to this really tiny space where it really got difficult, and we started losing space for kids. And we knew that we needed to move again. And we kept praying, God, you got to do something. God, you got to do something. There's no place that was available. But I always had my eye at UH West Oahu. Everyone who's come, whether you've been a staff person or just part of the dream team, and whether they've been a part that has still been with us today, or that they were with us for a season, we would not be the church that we are. We would not exist, frankly, if it were not for your love and your devotion and your sweat and your prayers. And so I'm grateful for each and every person who's called this church their home and has invested, whether you're with us today or you've been with us in the past.